Now, a very controversial subject, and it's one that MVP touched on our show, and in fact, it was one of the most watched clips that we ever had, was Chris Benoit. He spoke about how he believes Chris Benoit was also a victim in his own way because of the mental trauma that he had gone through and sort of mental illness. It's very controversial, and some people stood up to defend that point of view. How do you remember Chris Benoit in your own mind?
I like Chris. I thought he was. Chris was very hard to get close to. He was quiet, you know, very, very to himself. Obviously, with his closer friends like Eddie and Chavo Guerrero, he was, you know, I'm sure he opened up a lot more. But Chris was, he was very shallow with me, but we got along really well. The reason why I don't rate Chris up there with Sean is because it seems like whoever, the powers that be, kind of erased him from everybody's, you know, mind. But Chris, God, the chemistry I had with him, because I could actually amateur wrestle, and Chris was able to counter. If you watch those matches, if you watch our WrestleMania match or Royal Rumble 2003, you're not going to get a match any better than that. Even my match with Sean. Chris was just so, he was so intense. I never had anybody that matched my intensity except for Chris. Nobody. You couldn't get him tired. If you got intense, he got more intense. The more aggressive you got, the more aggressive he got. He was very competitive, and I think that if things didn't pan out the way they did, that everybody would be talking about Chris Benoit as the best ever.
Do you think mental illness did play a big part in what happened?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know Chris that well. I mean, I knew him well enough that, you know, we wrestled and we traveled together here and there, but I wasn't intimate with Chris. I didn't really know, you know, what was going on with him. I knew he was a good guy that could wrestle better than anybody else, and that I had my best matches with. That's all I knew.